It's your girl, Aliyah-Denae. Woo, I'm just kidding now. Okay, so today is going to be about me talking about my industrial and how to clean it properly, the process of the piercing, and the aftermath. So let's get into the video. Okay, so I got my industrial piercing November 26, 2017 for my 16th birthday. Let me tell y'all about the story on how I convinced my mom to let me get it first. So, when was it? The beginning of sophomore year. I was looking up videos because I'm very interested in piercings and stuff. For some reason, I love piercings. And yes, do I want to get more? Yes, I do. Not any crazy ones, you know, pretty cute ones. But no, so, I'm trying to make this video as quick as possible. But no, so I was looking up videos of piercings and I saw something called the industrial piercing. And there's this piercer, it's Tommy's Piercings. They are located in California, so, but I've always wanted to go to that piercing shop because I noticed how they pierced and I was interested. And I always wanted to go, but when I found out it was in California, I was like, dang, now I gotta wait till I go to California. So I was like, but anyway, I can still get the piercing, just, you know, maybe get a certain piercing when I go to California to Tommy's Piercing shop. And basically I asked my mom, I was at home, I asked my mom, I was like, Mom, can I get an industrial? She was like, what's an industrial? I showed her a picture of it and she said she'll think about it. A couple weeks later, I asked her again. She's told me no. Then I was like, no, what, Mommy? Like, no, I can't. And when she means no, she doesn't mean like for my entire life. She means while I'm living with her and I am a minor, no. So I'm like, dang, now I gotta wait till I'm 18 to get it. Now the anticipation is just frustrating. So, and then afterwards we were in the car and I tried to ask her again and I was like, so Mom, what age would you say I can get my industrial? And she got irritated because she's like, Jessica, I already gave you an answer, like, leave me alone. And the funny thing is, I knew she was irritated, so I left it alone because when my family members call me Jessica, that's when I know they're mad at me, because no one ever calls me Jessica. Not unless I'm not answering the message they're calling me, or I'm in trouble. So at this time, she was like, Jessica, I already told you an answer, that is no. I was like, alright, yes ma'am. And I guess she saw that I had an attitude about it, and my mom hates my attitude. I hate my attitude sometimes too. And I'm sorry, Mommy, for giving you an attitude. I didn't mean to. But I'll be honest, it was a spoiled attitude. It really was, because I'm like, dang, I want it. Like, I want my industrial piercing. Why can't I have my industrial piercing? And Mom was like, nope. So I was sitting in the car, I was like, alright, yes ma'am. And I did exactly that. I was like, alright, yes ma'am. And I was like, I want it. Like, oh my God. Then my mom looked at me. She was like, you could have it when you're 17. And I looked at her. I was like, 17? And she was like, yeah. And she was like, then a couple minutes after, it's like right before she dropped me off at school, and she was like, or maybe even 16. And I was like, 16? Okay. So I was super excited. I was excited about the fact that she even said 17. So I was like, 16 is even better. Like, that's a birthday present right there. And then I was like, you know, when I get in on my 16th birthday, for my 16th birthday, even if I have to pay for it, I told her, I was like, even if I have to pay for it, like, I promise to take care of it and stuff like that. Like, you know, on your birthday, you're gonna get money. So I was like, I'll even pay for it. I just gotta see how much it costs so that maybe I could start cleaning up more, like, you know, like my family members' homes and get money from them and, you know, pay for it by myself if you don't want to pay for it. Like, trying to convince her even more to let me get it. And she said 16. So I was like, okay. Now, mind you, this time was around homecoming. And I was like, okay, Like, my birthday's around the corner, you know, can go get it. So, birthday comes up, I get it. My birthday is the 22nd though. This year lives on Thanksgiving. And the funny thing is, I was really born on Thanksgiving. My birthday is on the 22nd, but I couldn't get it on the 22nd because I had finals. Thank you, Trenton. I no longer go there, so now I can say your name. Thank you, Trenton. But anyway, the original plan was to hang out and get it on my birthday after I got done with finals. Couldn't get it that weekend. I mean that week, or that day. I'm sorry. I couldn't go that day because we had to go see our family members, and not only that, my mom didn't really have the money at the time. So I was like, okay, Thanksgiving was the next day. So I was like, you know, I'll go see my family members. It's fine. Like, I was kind of upset, but you know what? It's cool. Anyway, I went to go see my family members, got the money, and I went to go get it. It's funny because I said got the money like I'm just waiting, like, yep, give me money. Give me money. No, that's not what I was doing. At the time, I did go to a piercing shop near my house, and they were like, your mom isn't with you, so you can't go. Like, someone else took me to go get the piercing. But and the best part about it is the same day that I went to go get my piercing, it's the same day I went to go meet the Taylor girls. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna go see the Taylor girls with my new piercing. I'm gonna go have some fun at this party. Like, we about to get lit. So I didn't have my piercing in time to go see the Taylor girls, which was cool. I was kind of upset, but it was cool. I went to go get my piercing when, I think it was that weekend. It was that weekend. I paid for my piercing. I got it for a special. I went to Dynamic Ink and Steel in Saginaw. I went in there. I caught it on sale, actually. I don't know if they still have a sale. I don't know if it was a one-time thing or what, but basically the sale was, my piercing was $20. Originally, I called and they were like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like $40-something. No, the highest I've ever heard of was like 50, 60, but that was only on YouTube videos. So I called the Dynamic Ink and Steel, and they're like, yeah, it's gonna be like $45. I was like, okay. At the time I had like $200. That's how spoiled I am. I had $200. And so I was like, all right, whatever, like, bet. And I couldn't go that day because once I looked online what time they closed, they were already getting ready to close. And I'm like, that's even worse. So then the next day I went and I got it pierced. And make sure before you go get a piercing, you make sure and to ask, what all do you need to bring with you? So do you need a birth certificate? Do you need your parent? Do you need an ID? You will, especially for an industrial piercing. I don't know if it's just for any piercing, but I know for my industrial, I needed my mother with me. She needed to have her ID. We needed to have my birth certificate. I needed to have my school ID because, of course, I am not 18. I do not have a state ID, and that's the only identification they have me as. And we needed to sign this paper, basically, you know, stating that my mother is allowing for me to get the piercing. We see the rules and stuff like that. We go inside the shop. At the time, the shop did not allow pictures or videos. I wanted it really made me kind of upset because I wanted my friends to see me get my piercing. They wanted to come with me, but they couldn't. So I was like, you know, why not record it for them? And I couldn't. So, like, it hurt. So I'm surprised I didn't move. So let me show you the piercing. Okay, so this part of the piercing right here, I did not feel. I didn't even know he put the needle through. This part right here, I felt, and it hurt super duper 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 bad. And I didn't scream, I didn't cry, but I did kind of like, ooh, like I was like, ooh, ooh, it hurts, ooh. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's a piercing, like it's gonna hurt. And my mom did say that I bled a lot, so did the piercer. I am a bleeder, I'm guessing. And they gave me a package, and it only cost $5. So in total I spent $25. It only cost $5. They gave me a salt and distilled water solution, and they gave me a soap and water solution. Well, it's just soap to put on your ear and clean it. I prefer to use the distilled water and salt for on the go. You grab a Q-tip, you clean it, do what you gotta do, and go on about your day. I prefer to use the soap when you're washing your face or when you're taking a bath or washing your hair, because it is a tedious task and you will have to wet the piercing. Me, I tried to do it, I think the second day after I got it, and it hurt. Like the pressure of the water hurt. The soap did not burn, but the pressure of the water hurt, and it was very uncomfortable. Another thing you can use to clean it is Bactine. I just spray it. It does drip, so I use paper towel or tissue to wipe. I couldn't sleep on this side for a month, I think, because it takes up to 6 months to a year to heal. I couldn't sleep on it for a while. I can sleep on it now if I clean it enough. Have I gotten a bubble or a bump? Yes, I have one actually right now, right here, from not cleaning it enough properly. That's my fault. But yeah, I prefer to do that. Do not move it as much, because if you move it, it will not have time to grip, like to get your skin used to it, and it does irritate your skin. That also gives you bubbles and bumps and keloids. Right now, I'm pain free. I can bend it, I can do whatever. I finally can do my hair. I want to go get it professionally changed, but yeah. And another thing, you will notice how many times your ear gets touched once you get this. Unpleasant. My brother kicked the living, like we were playing, my baby brother, the youngest one, Anthony, he kicked the living daylights out of my ear, and I swear, like I wanted to square up with him that moment. That's how bad it hurt. Another thing with my piercing, the jewelry feels just like the needle. So when they slide it through, of course, at least for me, I'm not gonna feel this part, definitely not. But you will notice how many times you hit your ear, use your ear. I would recommend not to use harsh shampoos. I mean, you shouldn't anyway, because it's not good for your hair. But you know, who knows? If you do, I say clean it before and after. Clean it before just to clean it after. A double time to make sure that soap is out of there, because shampoo doesn't necessarily belong there. But you can use any antibacterial soap. Dial is mostly preferred. Yeah, so that's pretty much. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the end of the video. Do something nice for someone today. You know, tell someone they look beautiful. You know, like me, of course. No, I'm just kidding. I'm really just kidding. I'm just playing. I love you guys so much, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.
Don't make a sound. Shoot, 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 shoot.